when we're at home with our kids and our kids are needing all of us, what tends to go by the wayside is not always our self-care. Like, we'll drink water, we'll eat, we'll like feed ourselves, right? But as far as nourishing ourselves and as far as um, really taking care of our inner selves, like that can really quickly go by the wayside. And so what happens is that when our inner selves are either you can call it your emotional self, your spiritual self, your inner child, you can call it whatever feels right for you. When that part starts to be neglected, that's when the lava inside the volcano starts to erupt, and that's when the depletion happens, and that's when resentment starts to build, and that's when we start losing um, losing our sense of being able to manage our inner world, right? All of us have an inner world and we have an outer world, and it's important to manage both. So I'm not saying don't do the other stuff, don't do the I'm not saying don't hydrate, don't eat, do all that stuff, do all that physical self-care. And it's just really helpful to remember you have an inner self too. You have an inner world. You have possibly a wounded part of yourself that still needs your attention and still needs healing attention during this time. And if the term inner child resonates with you, you can imagine that you actually have this young piece of yourself, and it's usually the part of ourselves that was wounded a long time ago and didn't really the other parts of us got over it, but there's a little piece of us inside that's still wounded from it, hasn't totally healed. And it's pretty easy for me anyway at this point to conjure up that age where I was, right? It's a younger version of myself. And if you think about all the attention that goes outward to our own kids and the attention that goes out to running a home and the attention to goes to your partner if you've got one, or just to managing your physical self, that piece of yourself tends to get pretty cranky, right? And just forgotten and sort of neglected in the corner. So let's 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 rectify that situation. Let's do some work here to show ourselves some loving attention and to know that there's enough love to go around. So that's what this meditation is all about. So deep breath in, cleansing breath out. And again, deep breath in, exhale all the way out. Sit comfortably in your chair or on the floor in a comfortable pose. Roll your shoulders back. Gently lift your spine. Close your eyes gently and place your palms facing upward on your thighs. And take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Breathe in deeply. Exhale completely. Breathe in. Breathe out. And let your breath deepen and slow down with every inhale and every exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. And on the inhale, going forward, repeat the mantras that I say gently and silently. And on the exhale, release them. Inhale. There is enough love to go around. Exhale. Release. Inhale. I am worthy of receiving love. Exhale and release. Inhale. Love flows to me from many places. Exhale. Release. Inhale. I am loving and lovable. Exhale and release. Inhale. I am full of love. Exhale. Release. Inhale. I give and receive love freely. Exhale. release. Inhale. I release my fear and I welcome love. Exhale. Release. Inhale. I am love and I am free. Exhale. Release. Continue to breathe deeply on each affirmation and release that breath completely. Breathing in the affirmation and on the exhale, release. So together, inhale. There is enough love to go around. I am worthy of receiving love. Love flows to me from many places. I am loving and lovable. I am full of love. I give and receive love freely. I release my fear and I welcome love. I am love and I am free. I am love and I am free. Sit with that for a few moments, being really present to yourself and with yourself. And if you have tears coming, let them flow. If it feels better to put your hands over your heart or on your tummy, do that. And just be here with yourself, for yourself, witnessing yourself in this as is state, being fully worthy of love, being fully lovable. And if you have a relationship with your inner child, your emotional self, that wounded part of you, the softer part of you, and you can envision that self of you, version of yourself, why don't you invite that version of yourself into your lap, if it's a small version of yourself, or next to you if it's too big to fit in your lap. And just be in a soothing, attentive, attuned way. And really see yourself. Maybe rocking a little bit feels good. Maybe running your hands over your own head, sort of playing with your own hair might feel nice. Hugging yourself might feel nice. Holding your own hands. Just being with this part of yourself that does not get a lot of conscious attention, and therefore it probably fights and screams and demands a lot of your unconscious attention. Makes you edgy and cranky just because it's demanding to be heard. And what I found is that the more consciously I can sit with this part of myself, these parts of myself, it's not just one part, the less it demands to be heard when I don't have the space for it, because it's already been met, its needs have been met. Maybe you can see this part of yourself really clearly. Maybe you even have a name for it. Maybe it's an image of yourself as a younger child from a photograph that pops to mind. Whatever it is, just let it be as you love that part of yourself wisely, calmly, and hear what it has to say. Invite it in. so that you can work with it instead of fighting against it. And when that part of you is fully heard, fully seen, and fully soothed, there's a lightness that can bubble up because it's probably a young part of yourself. And young kids, when they're not weighed down by pain, they're pretty bouncy. They're pretty happy. You might feel a slight bounce going on inside you or a light shining inside you. Maybe you have a lighter step throughout the day or for some of the day. This isn't a one and done exercise. This is a checking in regularly with this part of yourself. Again, so you're in charge. You're the one who's taking care of things and taking care of yourself inside and out. Take a deep breath in and release. Gently open your eyes and feel the feelings of love flowing inside you and around you. And hold on to that love and that feeling of being checked in with yourself and let it flow with you wherever you go today.